This is my personal learning network by Bill Perkins, my PLN. Basically, I did it in a format of a Wikispace website. And here's my PLN, my options. And one of the first tools I use is the Wikis. So you scroll down here, and there's the Wikis. For Wikis, I have found Wikispace is very user-friendly. Obviously, because I used Wikispaces to create this PLN. And what I did was I added a link to a tutorial that I did to generate a wiki using Wikispaces. And below is a home page of a wiki I created for my tool time presentation that I did last night using Wikispaces. And there's also a video to download for a tutorial right here. So when you have the time, please check it out. I'm going to go back to navigate back to the home page. So my next tool that I use are blogs. And here I've used Blogspot, and right here is a blog I've used for the course. It's labeled Billy's blog. I use blogger.com for this. It's a very user-friendly tool. Most of the tools I use are very user-friendly. We're going to navigate back to the home page. The next tool I use, actually I just started using this as well for the this course, is Twitter. I never tweeted before. And takes me right to my profile. So there I am, and I only tweeted a couple times throughout the course. I feel very unpopular. I don't have any followers except for 2. So, and we're going to navigate back. And for social networking, I'm not really big on social networking. However, I think I use just about what everybody else uses, and that's Facebook. So basically anymore, I just use it to catch up with friends or wish people a happy birthday. And moving down a little further, we're going to go to the webinars. Webinars is another thing I've become familiar with. Um, I've been experienced with webinars for quite some time because the e-learning in the Air Force, they use a tool I'm going to show you later in my e-learning tab. But basically, for efficiency, the Air Force uses webinars. Um, but the webinar I'm going to use, because I can't show any of the Air Force ones for because a lot of them are classified, is this is in my learning strategies course I have with Professor Harvey. So right here I basically froze the screen and put it in this on this page just to show you how it comes up. Basically, he has links to all these webinars for each module in his course. And what I did was I put a link to some of his webinars so you can see it at your own leisure. So after webinars, conferences, and because I work in a secure environment, I really don't use conferences, video or audio too much because we're not allowed to have recording devices in the command post. Um, so I basically use Wimba. We do basically that's what it is. It's a audio and video conference, and I even attached one of our archived sessions, and I also have up here a Wimba tutorial for anybody to look at their leisure. And moving along, and another tool from my network is this proprietary voice over internet protocol of VoIP. And I only use one VoIP, and that is Skype. And I just started Skyping earlier in the year. I like it. I think it's a great tool. You can even do some video conferencing with it. What I like about it is that you can talk to friends abroad, or they're calling from quite some distance, and there's little to no cost with it. It also has a nice text feature, but I really like Skype. I think it's a great tool to have. And scrolling down, e-learning. E-learning is going to take me to the ADLS, which is the Advanced Distributed Learning Service. I know earlier in our course, everyone learned that the military was one of the pioneers of e-learning and instructional technology. And much of it is due to all the ancillary training requirements that we have. And for each airman in the Air Force, they have the same annual requirements, or semi-annual, quarterly, what have you. So instead of having personnel, orchestrate training classes at each base, they have one central site that you can go to, and it's this ADLS site. And if you look over here, you have your course lists, you have training records, you have your profile. I can go on here and basically see what I have that's due. I can take a course. I can take a course that I'm not even due. They got an array of things: libraries, tutorials. There's a help desk. Course list is right here as well, and access training records. It's a great tool. It's the epitome of effectiveness and efficiency approaches to learning. So, and I think it basically illustrates the benefits of e-learning, or adult learning. So there you have it. That's my PLN. And in this PLN, I covered the wikis, how I use wiki spaces, blogs, blogger.com, Twitter. I just started tweeting, so I only had a couple posts. Social networking, I basically stick with Facebook. I never really got into MySpace or any of them. Webinars, I liked them. I think they were very beneficial in my course for learning strategies. Conferences, I think that the Wimba is an excellent tool, and the proprietary voice over internet protocol, Skype. I think Skype's an excellent tool. You can use Skype for an array of things. And with e-learning, I think the Air Force, has a great approach with the ADLS. So for now, these are the only tools I have in my PLN, and I'm sure as I go through this MAIT program, there's going to be more. So thank you very much for listening to this presentation, and that's all I have.